What are we sharpening?
I thought we would, because this should be quite quick. Like,
oh, good.
Like this should be a quick one. So I was thinking we'd sharpen this properly, because this is all fucked up. Like this is like a...
You haven't already done that one.
No, no.
Oh, cool.
No, we did it. We tried to do it on like the pull-throughs for a second.
Oh, okay, cool.
But then, like, if you feel that, it's just like, it feels like the edge actually feels like sandpaper.
Oh, wow.
See how bad that feels? Yeah.
Why is it so bad from the pull-through?
Probably a bit from the pull-through, but also a bit from...
life.
Yeah, just life and stuff. And then after that, you can pick one of my folding knives on the table here, and you can sharpen that as well. So that'll be fun. And they're all expensive ones. This isn't like there isn't a quick casual like Ganzo thrown in there. These are all the good ones. So yeah, so we'll get.
So is this final boss then?
Well, no, the Tormek is the final boss.
You don't think people are getting sick of watching?
Well, apparently people are missing the sausage fest of the channel, I hear. I hear you've seen...
person.
It's a shame we always pick the most vocal person who's been like, girl, too many girls. What they don't realise is that I probably wouldn't be making anything right now if not for this lovely lady here talking me back into it, because I've been in a creative slump. So here we are making the videos that we're happy to make. So let's get into it. We're looking today at the Ken Onion Editions blade grinder attachment. This is pretty much like a Rolls Royce of like easy knife sharpening. It's a little bit expensive. Like the whole kit altogether is probably about, I'd say to get the Worksharp machine plus this is probably about 500.
You can buy them as a kit, did you know?
I did, yeah, I saw that.
It's called the Ken Onion Elite.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's yeah, so we used the last one. Remember when we used this machine last time with the with the guide where you rest and pull the knife. So this is a slight skill level up, but also should be quicker and should be probably more efficient, and probably making even better edges as well.
The nice British guy on the video, it wasn't a Workshop video.
No, I just found
but he said that it's very similar to a professional one, and there's a bit of a learning curve, but then once you've got it, it's it's very fast.
So looking at it, can you see where like all the bits are? So can you just maybe do some identification of like the parts on there for me? Like, so just show me what's what.
So you put the this on these turny bits.
Yep.
And then you rest the knife on this to get it flat.
Yep.
And then you go straight up and on, and then that gives you the angle which you manually set.
Yeah, so using that dial there.
So then that will go like...
And can you show me how you set the angle?
With this red button?
Almost, no. Yeah, so you're looking at those two wheels are the things
I just turned some red things.
I just took it apart.
What's this red guy?
That's the tension of this cassette thing here. So yeah, so tighten that back on, that'll attach that. So you can take it apart for like cleaning and replacing.
So I didn't break it. Okay. Maybe this.
Yeah, so you loosen it up and then you just manually adjust that wheel's height. The second, so you see that? Yeah. And see how when you do that, it moves the yellow line?
Yeah. So he also said that you can adjust how far apart these wheels are. And
these wheels, yeah. So
and it will give you flat ground or... like you can change
so you can make the belt less floppy, is that what you were saying? Yeah, so that's by moving this one to this next notch here. So you just would unscrew this.
Okay, there's just two choices.
Yeah, so it just makes the belt a little bit less floppy, which...
So I'm assuming we want it there.
Yeah, that's 20 degrees. I'd probably maybe go to 17 for the kitchen knife that we're going to start with. Yeah, that looks about 17 to me. And yeah, so tighten that all up. Is that all tightened up?
Why? Yeah,
cool. So now let's attach a belt. So looking at the belts, now what did he say about the belts?
He said that when you're new, you should start on a less coarse one because
that's very good advice. Yeah,
but fuck it, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well,
here for a good time, a long time.
Yeah, well, okay, let's. Yeah,
I'm just kidding. We don't really have to do that. No, he actually had a lot more belts.
So I've got 5 here. How many did he have?
I don't know. It felt like a lot. He had 2 different stropping ones.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I do see that.
And it came with like a stropping compound. a green one and a red one.
Yeah, well that's interesting because this is the basic 5 belt kit that it comes with, and you can buy it as a 5 belt kit. It comes with like one of these ceramic belts. This is the most aggressive.
But you didn't get the elite kit.
No, I mustn't have. No.
Cool, cool.
So this is like a ceramic belt, more like traditional sandpaper, and this is one that you would start with. So this is probably the most aggressive.
Oh, okay. So
And
not
then-
for us.
Yeah, and then you're looking at the rest of them are like Worksharp branded belts. This is like a Norton branded belt. The rest of them, you're looking at this like X rate. So the lower the number after the X, it's the finer the belt. So you see this is X22, so that's medium. This one here
That's
is
4, so it's fine.
that's very fine. So this one here is X65, so that's coarse. And that one is just like a pure strapping band pretty much. I think the technical grit number is like 12,000 or something
Yeah,
really. So
it's ringing a bell.
basically feels like just slightly rough, like flat, like paper surface almost. Feels almost like that, like reflex paper, you know? So very, very...
So let's just start with medium then.
Cool, that's a good idea. So that'll be like, what number?
22.
22, yeah, sounds good. So flop that over. So it goes over and around that knob there, yeah, that's right.
And then that goes like that.
Yep. Now give the trigger a couple of squeezes. And you'll find it sort of all aligns itself. Yeah, that's good. Yep.
And he said as well that when you're new, you should do it on a slower speed.
It's already on a pretty decent, like, slow
Okay.
speed, I think, yeah.
So you want me just to have a go?
Just have a go, yeah.
So he was saying that you're watching, and he's like, it's so great because you can put 2 hands on the thing, but you can apparently see the bird come, and then you see the bird go when you flip.
Yeah, so what I would be doing, I would be standing while doing this one and looking at it from above, looking downwards from here. The knife is roughly going to go between these 2 bits. So you're going to be going like that.
So we're going to go... zhup, zhup,
Yeah.
and then you sort of go...
Yeah, that's right. And it's again like, and this is one thing I do wonder about Worksharp. It's like, just going from there to there seems pretty...
so far, why doesn't that sit there? So you can just go...
Right? Like
you just need to trim it up a bit.
Why isn't the blade rest...
Like here.
Yeah, don't you think? Like,
well, because you're never using this part. So
well, I think you can use that part for like scissors and stuff.
Well, that might be why then.
Yeah, but then I think they actually use this rest here for scissors.
So, because it's like, if you did it, then it's not so far.
You could have like, and I'm sure someone aftermarket probably makes like a rail that you'd just be able to...
Do you have something that's flat that I can just put there?
Well, no, not really, like...
Too high.
Too high.
What about on the side? Too high.
Too high. and I'm still a giant brick. Yeah, no, not really. And I guess we use the system as it comes from the...
Just hit the GoPro on top.
No, it needs to be like up here. I guess we got to use the system as it comes because that's what we're sort of reviewing, isn't it? But yeah, really, I'm sure there is someone who makes an aftermarket blade.
If you could just like click it on, and then you could just literally go, because I feel like there's a lot of room for error between here.
Well, yeah, like why not just use the surface of the table then, or the surface of anything? Like you could draw it on this, and then it's less far to travel, you know.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I guess you just do your best, and yeah, so the angle's between these 2 bits here. So I guess aiming for about the middle of
like
the 2.
There.
Yeah, and yeah,
then
I guess
just one way. Or just one pass?
It doesn't really matter, but again, the best thing to do is probably not to let the tip trail off the thing, so maybe...
Like, just the end there?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, and then I think that'll be fine. So yeah, whack it on, let's see how we go. How did you feel doing that? Because that's, as he said, that might be like a couple of training passes, and then it's a pretty badly damaged knife. I think we're going to have to hit it with this rough belt here. But how did you feel doing that? Like relatively okay, or?
Well, I don't know. I can't tell if I'm doing it right or not.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's just see. You can sort of see it go, and you can sort of see like it's just so damaged that you can see buried bits come up, but then there's chips that aren't going to burn just yet. So I reckon we'll give it a hit with the red stuff and really lay into it. So that you can sort of half twist it up and it kind of makes it stay Yeah,
down.
makes it stay down. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Cool. Alrighty, so same technique, and remember this is it's an older knife. Like you can't do anything too bad to it. I'm sure.
Can you buy these anymore?
I can buy those again if we need to, but you know, just it's all about the experience.
Was I going this way? I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know those little picture hanging spirit levels?
Oh, yeah.
Can I just stick one on top of the knife? I think I've got one in the picture hanging drawer.
Yeah, I'll go and check if you're, like a small one.
Do you think that would help?
It could help, yeah. Just, yeah.
No, it's not going to help. But you know the one that
it's even magnetic.
You know the one that I mean though?
Yeah, I do. I know there's one. Okay.
Do you know what?
But it's the other way, like it's
that way.
Yeah, so that way's fine, but it's this way and there's
so then
little...
if you slide it that way. Because then it would be that one there. Yeah?
No, it'd be that one there. Like, yeah. I don't know, I think it's probably too much of a fuss. I think there must be a certain forgiveness. Otherwise there would be like, the guide would make you walk it right into the, yeah.
Alright.
I think it's just one of those things you do as best as you can, you know? I think. Yeah, so how do you, we had it this side up, didn't we?
Yes, I can go this way now.
Yeah, but can you feel any burrs or anything? Like?
Oh yeah.
You can? Yeah, cool.
Like.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh nice. That's good. Cool.
Too much?
No, but geez, absolutely fine, yeah. It's what you expect with a grip like this harsh, so no, cool.
Go?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, how about it?
What seemed crazy to me is that we're like sharpening to the angle of like, you know, 17 and 20 instead of 20 and stuff like that. Yeah. And yet, so those 2 degrees matter. And yet I'm doing this just guessing.
I totally get it. Like it's weird, isn't it? I mean, I guess that is so fixed because it's like mechanically stable. So yeah,
but I can change that by 5 degrees, no problem.
You could like totally,
even 20 degrees.
All it would take is for your 90 degrees to become like 87. Yeah. And yeah, you're absolutely right, which is something that I really find difficult to reconcile.
It's just interesting, like that you would bother having that level of like,
I guess you need to have some kind of control, don't you? But then yeah, it is truly, the human element here is going to be, it's that real, you feel like you're hanging out in empty space a bit, don't you?
Yeah, and it's like hard to tell, maybe it's like, with time you can tell exactly how high you're supposed to go, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I find that I'm going like, drill, and then I'll be, oh, you know, way too short, drill, way too high. Yeah. And then like to hit in the middle of the belt, I'm finding difficult, like I'm ending up here or down here, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. That's probably, because that's flat there, it's like, all the way between here and here is at that 17 degrees. It's fine. So you're getting it all. And I mean, the results are going to be good. Like but yeah, you're right. It's certainly not interesting. It certainly isn't as crazy dialed in. It's not as precise as like the Precision. I guess that's why it's called the Precision Pro. So I can turn her now? You could probably turn her now if it's a female enough. She's a whale? White whale? Well, I guess it's named after the Moby Dick, which was... Yeah. That's a girl. Is it? Yeah, cool. Well, I think so. I thought that'd be called, isn't the whale called Moby Dick? I don't know. That way. No, that way. That way.
like all those like real rough chippiness. It'll still feel a bit rough because the burr is going to be rough and it's a low grit burr, but yeah, all those chips are like well gone. I'll try and like, it's so hard to film this shit, but all the original chips are well gone. It does just truly look like an edge again rather than like a gravel road. Cool, no, good. Looks like you're doing well.
So medium?
Yeah, no, we'll go the coarse. Yeah,
okay.
So remember that was like 120 grit or something, so that's 220, and this will meaningfully polish. And because the belts have got a bit of use on them, because I've been using this thing a fair bit myself, they're probably less. It probably has knocked the grits down a bit. I think, like they're probably got a bit loaded with material and stuff. So yeah, same deal. We'll give it a go. I mean, sure, I can probably get just as good on this. I can feel a good burr, that's for sure, on this side. The edge is definitely looking like, I mean, it's got some black on it from like the...
Yeah, that's kind of scared me when that came up.
It's just steel, so it's just like shaving the steel, which is what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, no, it's good. I think you're staying long enough on the tips. Yeah, the tip feels, so you feel like the tip's like, actually got a bit of a point there, which is cool. A lot of them times it rounds it off.
They're great for the top of the jar.
This really isn't a stabbing knife, it's like a santoki, so it doesn't really matter, but it's cool to see that it's not making tip like spoony, you know, because often these belts, if your angles are wrong, all you need to do is dip it in once and it's like the tip's like gone.
Do you want to show me?
No, this is too much good work to not want to undo, so looks good.
So do I now
I think you can move up to a belt, you can move up a belt. At this point we've done our sharpening and now we're doing our honing, so grab that medium belt there.
Call it a hone.
Hono. No hono. Yeah. Looks good. So yeah, what are you mainly finding with this one? What's your main thoughts?
I don't know real thoughts, like it's fine.
Are you finding it more challenging than the others perhaps, or less, or?
It's a bit, I feel like it's a bit more high risk, but it's feeling faster than that one. It's
removing this, for how damaged that was, we've got it sharp pretty quick. Like we've got to remove that stuff pretty quick. But yeah, I feel like you're, not to put words in your mouth, but I feel the same way, I think, as you, about like, yeah, you are kind of just out hanging in space a bit by yourself, aren't you? And there's no real, I guess it's not a guided system, is it? It's got an adjustment on the machine, but
there's a definite like skill level that you'd have to have.
It's just a steady hand is needed. So some of these other ones, a steady hand isn't needed, and as you may know, I don't really have a steady hand. So that's why I struggle probably with this one a bit more than I should, but because I'm quite uncoordinated. So, but you seem to be doing pretty well, or maybe you're just a bit more meticulous, and then maybe my steady hand is just that I'm lazy and I want it to happen quick. Because I'm all, when I use this one, I'm like, it's like I'm driving a dodgem car or something, you know. So yeah. Oh, cool. It's just interesting.
It's still quick though, even if you like take your time.
Yeah, and you seem to be using it the way that the video shows, which I start the way the video shows, and then just because I'm lazy or because I'm lazy or arrogant or whatever, I like change it to see. Oh, this seems to be working. I'll just keep doing this because it feels easier.
How can you tell that it's working?
Because at the end of the sharp knife. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, you're doing the right way. So keep doing the right way. For sure.
The guy on the video was like doing this huge machete.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, you can get. I'll show you. Like, you can get.
Yeah, I reckon this is coming up nice.
Yeah. So you see it's really no different. And even this blade here, it's got a big bend in it. All you need to do is sort of move it with the bend.
You've got to keep it straight.
Yeah, you just got to keep it straight, and you really can sharpen anything on this. But
I think that feels like it's going to be nice.
Yeah, there is really no reason why it shouldn't. But yeah, it's just the only thing that's really going to cause you problems is like if you really make proper like tumbling over actions.
I can feel when it's and I just pull it off.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I can go
to the fine belt, which is the X4 fine belt. That's the one in front of you there.
That one?
That's
that one.
Yeah, so the fine belt, this is where this is the second to last belt you'll be using. So this is like really just getting that polish up now. So that's, you can really start to see a real shine.
It's like no chips.
Oh yeah, there should be long since chips in there, but
so good.
Yeah, it's like the edge itself should like, it's really starting to like
get shiny,
reflective and mirrorish. Yeah,
might be missing a bit there.
Well, I think you probably are like. And it's quite natural, especially when you're starting with a powered machine. I find myself the same.
Skip the edge.
Yeah, you don't want to loiter on that. You feel like you want to get moving straight away.
I think it feels like it's going to like gouge the edge off.
It won't.
But it won't. But I think that's what I've done there.
That's probably what's happened there. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's too late to like go and... Yeah, like you'd have to go back to the start.
But you can see it like as the light shines on it. It's got a little...
Like a wave or something. Yeah, I see what you mean. And that would be what it's from. That's, This is the first time you've ever used the machine, so it's...
So now this guy.
Yes, the real floppy, like this is just literally a polishing belt. And we can put some compound on it again.
So in that video from sharpeningsupplies.com, there is a Worksharp strop compound.
Yeah. So I don't have that, but what I do have is Lovely Ben's NAF's strop compound. So turn it on.
Hang on. Just like that?
Yep. Loads it up, it's going green.
Wow.
That'll be fine.
Green shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Alright, so same again, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Well, I'll leave it to you to jump straight into a paper slice test and see how you go.
Why?
Not sure. I don't know. It's alright. It might just be that starting area.
Yeah.
You've missed this.
Missed
the very heel of the blade there, because the rest of it seems quite sharp.
It's not as sharp as that other machine.
That's not surprising either. Yeah, it seems like it's mostly sharp, but yeah, I reckon we've missed that heel of that blade a little bit, like maybe to the first couple of centimeters, maybe has been like a little bit neglected just in the motion of the ocean. But the rest of it seems quite good.
It's a lot more fun to use.
Yeah.
And it's a lot faster.
So that's pretty good, but yeah, you're right. It's not as sharp as like that knife was yesterday last time off the Professional Pro. And yeah, I mean, when I do it like my, way, I think it's fine. But yeah, remember last time though, when you just jumped in, you could just like whoop straight through the paper. So, and that's also to do with, this is a convex edge, so the edge is like slightly round. And you know what? No buts about it. It is going to be less refined because you've got that human element of like, yeah, it is truly 17 degrees if truly every time we come in at 90 degrees. But obviously sometimes we're coming in at 92 or 90, or 87 or whatever. So it is going to be sort of adding a little bit of an extra, probably rounding to the blade. But yeah, we've got all the chips out and it was a very badly damaged knife before.
I'm sure it would be nice to cut like veggies with.
Absolutely, it's gonna, that's an incredibly sharp knife still, like it really is. Like it can probably shave hair off my arm. Yeah, so that's, that's very sharp, like you just, obviously it is, but yeah, it's cool that you can see as well the difference between that and like the And you know, you have to fuss a lot more with the...
Yeah, I mean, it took a lot longer.
Yeah, and you have to move up through all those stones, just for reference of those.
So, could you start and get the real heavy chips off with this and then switch to that?
Not ideally, because...
The angle's going to be different.
You'd be getting the heavy chips off with this convex system, so... Yeah, I mean, it'll be better to... If you find it easier to make a knife, like, take it back to neutral, then I guess you could just do that on this first belt here. But then what you would be doing would be correcting a convex edge to a V edge using this, which is probably still a little less work than getting chips out using this. So yeah, short answer, yes, but long answer, probably it's probably better to just stick with the one system and just really go hard with the roughest possible stone on this one. So now that's cool, interesting, and kind of cool that you can tell the difference between those edges, just as someone who doesn't do this all the time.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that it's not all just me being, you know, crazy.
No, you can definitely tell.
Hyper-focused about it all.
The other one was a lot more fun to slice the paper with than that. That was disappointing.
Well, this is the one you used last time to, you know, this is the actual knife, and it's just like... No, can't do it all. Yeah, that's like, that does feel way sharper. Yeah, that is way sharper. Like, well, not way sharper, but it's a different kind of edge, and yeah, it feels very bitey to touch it. Whereas this one, it's still pretty sharp, I suppose. Interesting, but yeah, it's cool that you can tell. So, time-wise, did you want to do another?
Sure.
I was
you don't think people will be bored watching?
Well, this next one, I will just literally not say anything, and I'm just going to let you pick one of these knives and just go from start to finish and just work on it, and I will literally not butt in, I won't jump in, I'll leave it to you to progress the blade. So what you're probably looking at for yourself, I know this is not scripted at all, I haven't told her which one to pick, but look at the blades that you think would be easiest to do that motion you have to do with. So you probably want a blade with like...
A straight blade.
Well, yeah, and I'm not going to make it easy for you and give you like, you know... I'm not going to give you like the Atlantic salt or anything. I want you to actually, you know, try and negotiate a curve. But yeah, I'll let you pick.
I'm trying to find one with actual...
You have to find one that's nice. I'll just use Bricky and make it not nice. That's fine.
I mean, this one looks trash. Probably because it's your fave.
Yep, so you're welcome to, whatever you do, I can certainly fix it. And this is going to be interesting too, because that's K390 steel, one of the hardest and most difficult steels. And so it'll be interesting to see how you go using that machine.
Let's do it.
So let's do the old
Or should we save that for the Tormek?
No. See, the Tormek pretty much won't do much on this steel.
Okay.
So Tormek's like just a water stone that's probably, yeah, would be really frustrating to use. Like, yeah, that's why I've stopped using the Tormek as much, because it's really not as good with these really high-end steels. Whereas this guy here, due to it being, you know, several bits of belt and whatnot. And also, Spyderco would use something similar to this to sharpen their knives in factory. So, just done a bit of blunting on it with Bricky.
You want the same angle?
Yeah, so just leave everything as is, and I'll just literally leave it to you. You'll have to spend less time on it because it's a shorter blade. So I'll literally leave it to you to sharpen that knife to a nice polished edge. As many repetitions as you feel you need. What I would suggest is, given it's K390, do perhaps a third longer on each one than you did with the VG10.
Okay.
So say for the first, this belt here, it's not a damaged edge though, so you don't need to go crazy on it with the stock removal. But I would be doing, you know, not to tell you how to suck eggs, I'd be doing probably 10 per side of this one, and then the next one move up to maybe, and do another sort of either 10 or 20 per side even, yeah. And then just do your honing as you see fit. So yeah, I will just sort of sit back and let you go on my knife. inch, like this area here. Yeah, I mean, you're doing your best, but yeah, this is a bit of a funny, and Spydercos often have like, there's a reason it's ground like that to begin with, because they obviously even have struggle with getting it to right to that, because that part's to sort of protect you from like
cutting yourself. Yeah,
this choil part here is something that you can grip while you're using the knife. Ew. And so to make that part, yeah, so then they've got this like hard right angle here, which is just a difficult thing to get a belt into, so don't feel too badly about that. I'm happy for the first couple of millimeters to be a bit, you know, unrefined, no worries. Pretty good, probably, yeah. Seems like that's a full sharpening.
Not bad.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Yep. So that was like, I made it so that wasn't doing that, and so now it is doing that. But yeah, I tell from your manner and your general like, it's not aloofness, but it doesn't feel as crazy as the last one did it. Like it's not like as the other sharpener from yesterday.
Oh no, and like yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about these convex edges as well. They're very good, but they're not like as impressive. They're not as immediately like wow,
yeah,
as the as like the more standard V edges.
I would agree with that. Do you want to try?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'd rendered this knife like in need of a sharpen, just on the rocky surface there. So yeah, that's good. Much improved.
Do you think, like...
Better sharpened, obviously.
But do you think that you would be able to get a better result with that than I just did?
I would probably, just because I would just spend longer. On each step. Yeah. And probably make it, I could make that maybe 20% better, like with heaps more time and fussing. But really, for your first time you've ever sharpened a steel like this particularly, this steel's like, it's probably, what was the last one we did? Oh, this kitchen knife's made of VG10 steel. And this probably means nothing to you, but it's probably like 59 to 60 hardness on a hardness scale, which is a type of way of measuring how hard a steel is. This one's probably about 64 to 65, so there's 5 extra points, mean that everything has a harder time, both in a good way, like so it'll cut more rope and cut more abrasive stuff, but also anything you're trying to abrade it for a good reason needs
5% more, whatever.
Yeah, it needs longer, so probably I would say
20%,
30% more time on most sharpening systems as well. So for that, I think it's a very good result, and like you've done very well for your first or second ever time using that machine for sure. But yeah, interesting to tell that there is different all of these very sharp knives. There is all different standards of very sharp.
What's sharp is sharp.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So cool. Well, I think next time I have arriving on Monday. I think I have a Spyderco bench stone, so that's just freehand sharpening. You think that's tough, holding this suspended in there on that 90-degree surface? I mean, the bench stone's still going to be in a 90-degree surface, but you'll be like, like it's great. So we'll have a great time using that. I'm going to even have to try and figure it out myself, because I've never really used the Spyderco's bench stones either. So I've got it's one that you kind of flip over, so one side's rough and then you flip it over to use the finer side, and then it's got like another one that looks a bit like remember the white one of this? Then another one like that, so it's like a 3-step kind of process.
Okay, so that's not too many steps.
It's not, but it's just so prone to, it's got so many opportunities for hijinks, it's going to be funny. So, and then eventually we will get to that Tormek, but that Tormek, I've got a bit of a weird relationship with it. I'm somewhat scared of it even still. So, all right, I think that's the video for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. I might even do the spider up. I think I might even do a Spyderco one of just me learning it first.
I think that would make the dudes happy.
Maybe, yeah. And then we'll be back as a unit, as a family channel to fix up.
Family channel, won't you?
Family channel to fix up a knife on that system as well. All right, see ya. Bye. Thanks for watching. So how's the new and improved knife?
Smooth.
Smooth.
Very smooth.
You were saying you didn't notice when it sucked, but
I didn't know, but. Yeah, look at that.
It's like,
like butter.
It is like a slow thing when your knife sucks, like it's gradual and you get used to it sort of being the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Groovy.